have a kit for this, so they're going to need to hope for some kills before anything gets going.
Ooh. Well, there's the trade instantly to open it off. Karrigan had a little bit of an elevated angle and was able to tap down ever so slightly to remove the first, but it's traded back heavily in the favor of MVP now. Down to just the 2 versus 3, they're going to retreat back and fall into better positions. Frozen does arrive on the scene, Ben, but this is not going to be an easy one for them.
Such a difficult area to actually get through. The fact he gets one of those kills is actually not bad, all things considered. But as I said, there's no kit. This makes it so difficult, unless they just land the shots like they are doing right now.
I mean, it would be difficult, but I guess when you've got Rops on your team, the man just pops off. Just it really is that main sort of focal point that gives you so much info early on. However, you're just going to be sprinting in towards the bomb site. That definitely gives you a lot more of a read. Woxi as well coming through with the MP9, trying to make a bit of cash for himself into this one. And this is just going to be standard stuff. This is just pug play, really, Ben. At that point, just push your way in, take control of the spawn, just completely overthrow. Very nicely done from Mousesports. No casualties there, and quite a bit of money actually maximising the coming into the players, obviously. Org's basically fallen out of favour with a lot of people. The Org gives you that scope potential to take some of it. Yeah, just throwing the bomb in towards the smoke. Spams his way back. Is able to get the tap off and actually eliminate Rops at this point. They're left into a 2 versus 2. They have the stronger firepower. How do they opt to actually play this one? So they slowly advance behind, try and get themselves into a better position. 30 seconds left on the clock. Frozen getting tagged down. The elimination will come through, leaving them just onto the 1v1. Very low HP, but he's got to try and get us into position. Tries to spot him out through the crack. The extension around, the big spray down comes in. Does bail himself out. That's very close for comfort.
For the entire walkway. However, I would consider this to be more of the buy round, although that's an interesting way to start it, Karrigan.
Yeah, Karrigan.
Chris J is here to help.
Ooh, okay. Well, they get 2 picks from it. Frozen gets traded back upon, though, by Zeph, as he will just run through him with a Mac 10. You're going to connect on to Chris, but that tag will. 50 HP left, quaking in his boots as he goes for the peek out. You know, we're not used to seeing too much anymore. He's showing to show a little bit of that style to open up the round. As he does push his way down. Double kill as well coming through from Frozen. Just attempting to clean this one up with no casualties, really. Ooh.
Such an awkward area.
Yeah, see as well. They both had to jump off. They've dismounted. Oh, they've got to get themselves back on top of this horse, though, Ben, if they want to be able to go on and win this round. Frozen comes through with at least 1 kill. Luckily, Rops is able to make the play work. It seemed like they were just trap dancing back and forth there in the corner. They come out of the shame corner, and they start to get the round going. Frozen is doing the good majority of the damage as well, just picking people apart with his M4, takes down another one. Zeph from a distance, spamming away, trying to get the shots off. He is tagging a few of them, but there's no real chance of success now going forward. Surely should just be the standard defuse coming out. Frozen for a 4. Teams actually start to really get themselves into that sort of rolling mentality when they are on that T-side. But the only thing they're really doing that is trailblazing right now is burning themselves. Zeph does get up onto the ledge, but yeah, he kind of just gives them a gift. C4 down on the ground, not really going to leave them in a tasty position. Karrigan as well! Just pops out of hiding. They don't know where he is. The silent assassin himself. He's just going off.
Well, he hasn't checked this right corner there. Shouldn't be an issue, although the Glock does get the trade.
Yeah, straight back into the cranium of Woxi there, overthrows him. The Deagle actually pays off as well. Luckily, Rops just waiting, lying around the corner to strike, comes through. As big impact as the round. Frozen watches the demise to flick around as well. She gets the shot off with the AK. It feels like he doesn't really...
So, that smoke's not going to do much for him. Oh my word. Did he still think that... Okay, he must have assumed that Frozen had not...
And the story's definitely starting to build for him, and this is only the beginning. Oh, won't actually be the kill. Makes it a little bit more awkward for Mousesports, but we've seen Karrigan go 4 versus 4.
Very split, like disjointed effort from MVP so far. Like some of the rounds, like there was a bit of difference when that execute came through, for example. There was a clear idea we're gonna have 2 players leap around. It's an afterplant situation. That wasn't too much. It was just 2 players entering a bomb site, hoping that they win.
Would do something, yeah.
And we get a result from this, which is 1v3 for XLGN. And he gets that 1 kill, but it's good for nothing. I mean, there's a big bank building up. Frozen had another one of those players I mentioned, Karrigan. He's very willing to take risky plays.
He's been doing this a lot. Let's see if this one actually has any more weight to it. Oh, instantly gets the kill on the pop. They will line up for him.
And again,
everyone swings into Karrigan. This is going to be able to blow them all away. Woxi could get the trade back as well. At this point, the round is basically set in stone. And Woxi could be the one to hammer that nail straight through. A 9th round for Mousesports.
Here, Rops and Chris J. Chris J had no idea about that, but Rops should have been there to cover the actual other angle, which he is.
Oh, the
here he comes.
Part is they're all just walking into the site with Rops there. You can't be going about it like this. He's not the sort of man that's going to miss and panic in those situations. You're coming at him one by one, you're literally giving him exactly what he wants. Luckily,
Headshot king.
there is still a Deagle in play. Unfortunately, he was headshot killed. Back again towards the B site, though. Yeah.
That's something.
Oh, there you go.
And that's another opening of Chris J, but last time that happened, as this execute comes in, so if Rops delays long enough, gets a kill or two, he shouldn't be able to, but he still gets one.
The fact that Rob's actually got shot as well through the floor, taking damage, meaning he goes down easier into this one. It all comes over to Frozen. Frozen, overwhelmed by the sheer amount of them that are just bombarding on towards the site. And now finally MVP in a situation to actually get around Carrigan.
His left, he has a chance, but no. So the big thing there, I guess,
towards the elevators, but won't actually spot anyone out.
Gap.
Frozen with a flashbang to try and delay, keeps them and actually blinds them as well. Carrigan's been traded out. They're left with only 4 members remaining on the CT side to try and lock this one down. Zeph getting into a better position as well. Last time MVP, they threw away these rounds by taking too many of the firefights. They're going to make the same mistake again. Frozen AWP in his hands, but he's proving that he's warmed up. Gets the first kill. Woxi with the aggression towards the ramp. Finally, we see MVP actually be able to hold the ramp and force them back. But they've smoked it off. They're going to try and jump on the bomb as well. He gets the kill through the wall. At this point, you're left to a 3 versus 3. And they can try and make this work. He's just sticking to get the defuse. Frozen's going to win the round.
I don't know how you don't get the lineup on that because of the actual...
Chris,
what?
you absolute lunatic. What is going on?
He's gonna die.
Oh. I felt like that was going to do an awful lot more. Woxi, though, takes a walk on the wild side, glimpses out through the hole in the wall.
Carrigan's going to re-aggress if he doesn't get anything in the next 10 seconds.
Woxi also burned down slightly to 75 HP. Carrigan, it's a bit of an unorthodox angle as he waits for the push to come in, but his teammates are dying around him. He's also forced back, but the flashbang, quick flick comes across though, is able to get the first and the follow-up onto the second. 2 beautiful kills now for Carrigan.
Oh God,
as he leaps around, it's absolutely wild. He was not great for you.
Woxi with an early kill. I believe he dropped down the lift then, as in the mid-lift, and just dropped behind and killed one, tagged another. Look at this confidence though, like, he's got 21 kills right now for us.
Well, it looks like it's going to be going the way of Mousesports for a 13-2 half here, as we're just left in a 1 versus 3 now. Carrigan, taken down T-side the whole game with the amount of pushes we've seen. Where do we think it's going to go?
So we've just seen a spawn smoke from Carrigan come straight through, as well as 2 flashes, which obviously the flashes haven't done too much, but nonetheless they have got... Somebody battered the door.
Every door's a window. As it opens up some opportunities for him. And everyone's so focused on the crossfire of the bomb. There might be another kill for Rops as well. This causes a bit of a diversion as they all peek around. They're trying to fight together, but Rops is doing it all just on his lonesome as he's taken down 3 men into the round. Finally gets his head cut off. Carrigan trying to get the shot. 2 tags. He's on 25 HP, but he's playing for the headshot angle. Tries to get from Judge Dredd, the one that was kind of like Raid, the remake. Yeah. Yeah, everything just slows down. But right now, things are speeding up. 4 versus 4 right into the round. As it just looks like really Mousesports at this point, essentially looking to try and claim themselves a match point. Put a pin in this one and move it on over onto Inferno.
They heard that.
Chris.
Zeph did peek slightly, he didn't see anything though. But HSK 100% heard it.
Yeah, at that point though, the mat 10's so close to you, it's just going to absolutely maul you. The response from the back, there was a bit of a tag coming out. Barely staying alive as well. We do see Chris J falling. At this point, more kills coming through though. Frozen going to be able to get an angle across. Woxi and Rob.
It's not going to get any better here, but looks things. Chris J already got beneath the staircase. Easy kill for him. Does get traded. And does get traded again though. So this is actually an advantage for MVP for the first time in quite a while in an area of significance anyway. But they do still have Frozen and Rops alive, who have had like 50 kills between them. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they still had some fight left in them going into this round. Sheer amount of damage being done as well to the CTs as they are being popped down. Frozen with the first. Zeph on the rotate, not even a chance to do anything here. This actually could still be the win and the close down for Mousesports, but it would have to be the 1 versus 2 clutch round now for Rops as he's up against... Oh, no! The nade!
As soon as the defuse comes through, he knows how far the plant is. Oh, that could have been so good. If they both were near it, saying tap it. I really want to see that nade come through though. He has a kit as well.
It would be outrageous. The nade's going to go over, but the push comes around. Zeta's going to find it. The entire game at this point. The top dogs on the server. Zeph. Oh. Okay, well, he went for the jump across. We didn't actually see the kill coming through. However, Zetta's going to come down onto Chris J. Frozen's very low as well, and Woxi's been completely removed from the equation, pulled up out of the ground. And this makes it hard now for the trio that is left on the Mousesports side. Rops, he's been looking pretty darn fabulous, though. Carrigan coming over to try and provide some kind of support as well as they walks their way in towards the site. Rops gets the angle, tried to bait him into it, Ben, but it's not going to work out. And now there's only 2 members of Mousesports remaining. It's like that sort of, it's just,
he's just trying
robot
to
aim.
one-tap.
You're just ready to just, yeah.
It's like Shroud in a pug. Well, here comes the onslaught.
Yeah, Mousesports at this point with nothing really to play with. They're just going to run straight into the meat grinder. The only one that does battle back is Woxi. Trades it over to the P250 to try and punish. Rops wants a piece of the action, though.
Goes here.
Oh my. Ooh, okay. Well, this
Not
is
even zooming. Doesn't
no.
care.
Oh,
He doesn't care.
Carrigan. Oh, that's absolutely wild. He just styled on them to get the entries towards the A site, completely opens the whole thing up. The team's now going to have to rotate around him and come over to try and support him, but it's not going out well for them.
Go further up is the issue.
Oh.
That's just unlucky. Rob's last heard that reload towards that side. Didn't think negative, I believe. You would need to do something kind of crazy here. Not quite. It's another opener.
It feels like a very one-and-done angle, though. Could be hard to get out
backup.
of.
Backup was not there.
It didn't arrive. Rops needs immediate assistance, though, when it comes down to his health, as he's only left on 1 HP. They're casting a collection of nades over to try and take them down. Rops luckily will be the one to take the bullet from the orb. Zeta goes for the swing back across, but Chris Day's Deagle proves to be too powerful. They're starting to actually make quick work of them, but they need to land their shots. Frozen, Deagle in hand. Can't actually win that. Well, luckily he's actually still alive at this point.
I remember there was the clip that was shown by Keith.
Ready lost Chris going into this one. It's around 23 going to be a little bit harder for them. But Woxi site as well to try and set the idea they are still coming over towards B. Carrigan's going to lead the charge in forwarding it. Frozen make it harder to hold towards the B defense. They've got a good crossfire set up and Carrigan just runs straight into the middle of it. They need to get this backstab off. It is slowly coming around, but the full frontal assault is just completely crumbling. Everyone's been overthrown. Rops now needs to make full use and maximize the position that he's in. Gets one, takes a small bit of damage for it. Still potentially winnable. 69 HP, AK in his hands. It's a 1 versus 2. He's got 15 seconds left to try and clutch this one out. Sprints over towards the site, pre-firing towards the steps. Doesn't realize how close he is, though. This once before, the fast aggression coming through, but this time is it going to work out any better for them? Frozen, the instant opening Deagle damage coming out to play. They've got a lot of
what they can do from this. This will go 1 smoke, 1 Molotov, quite a few flashes.
Oh.
He took ages to line that up as well, didn't
he? He was really confident in himself to just line that one up, take the individual shot with the Deagle, gets the frag. Yeah, I mean, it worked out nicely. HSK, he spots out the push coming towards him on B. Oh, Zeta were luckily able to connect it.
Frozen needs to use this Molotov very, very well. So he's going to get to the L block. That'll delay a push from there. But they need to get onto that site before it actually wears off.
45 seconds on the clock as the bomb starts to go down. Rotations coming over. In terms of utility, they've got flashbangs, they've got 2 smokes, 3 kits as well, so they're not going to have to really worry about that. Chris J set up with the Deagle, just going to be holding towards the angle. Woxi up close and personal, looking to punish with a P250. The timing could be great for him, just as he goes around. Spots out Zeph, trying to use the utility. And it all falls on Frozen. A 1v2. The rapid movement, though, as he gets the initial headshot off and the commit to the spam on the second. It's another